Well, let's face it, our feet are pretty important to everyday life. So whether you're a business professional in a busy office or a recreational weekend warrior, or perhaps a professional athlete, our feet define our life. So when they fail, our lives suffer greatly. And now there's an alternative for those with foot injuries, or if your feet are just plain worn out. Created in 1998, the Foot Mechanic was developed by physical therapist Dr. Brett Purdom. He's a former CU sports medicine professional, among many other roles in education, and human biomechanics, combining the software with a high-end digital force plate. Dr. Purdom created the Foot Mechanic in order to analyze clients whose activities created adverse lower extremity symptoms. So we are super pleased to have Chan Maber with us. He's one of the physical therapists for the Foot Mechanic. Debbie Saya is a client who has had great success with new Foot Mechanics treatment products. Nice to see both of you.
Nice to see.
So Chan, let's talk about Foot Mechanics orthotics. How does it differ from others out there?
Well, we have a 3-step evaluation process. It takes about an hour with each of our clients. And the first step is an orthopedic examination. And during that process, we're looking for joint movement patterns or dysfunction, muscle imbalances, length-tension relationships, so you have tight hamstrings or something like that. We check ligamentous stability in the knee, the ankle, the foot, and the hip. And then we also take some measurements during that process.
Okay, so a lot of analyzing going on. 303-807-3974. Do you send your orthotics out of state to a lab, or is it done here locally?
No, our lab is local here in Denver, which allows us to have a quick turnaround time.
Okay.
And if we need any adjustments made to our orthotics or anything, we can usually get those out there the same day.
Chan, you're going to have to explain this to me. I'll be honest, this is completely over my head. So when you say orthotics are biomechanically correct, what does that mean?
Well, part of our 3-step process, we do a force plate examination. And what you're going to see here, we do it a static image as she's standing right there. And that gives us a weight-bearing pattern in that position. And then we also do a weight-bearing, a walking pattern. So it's dynamic. We're analyzing motion. That gives us our client's pattern of weight distribution. We compare that to an ideal pattern. And if we need to change that, that's how we change it. So we make it biomechanically correct for each person.
Gosh, this is such a blessing to so many people watching, because when your feet hurt, it can affect your entire body, your back. It gives you headaches, your mood. What are the different types of orthotics that the Foot Mechanic can make?
We have a large variety of those. We do all the normal ones, like a dress orthotic or a walking orthotic. We have a lot of runners that we see, and we make specific running orthotics for all different types of shoes.
Even flip-flops, look at that.
Even a custom flip-flop, and we have custom sandals as well. And then we have some really specific ones for skiing. We do those for the CU and DU ski teams, and they're for high performance. And then we also have a custom cycling orthotic, which are based on the clip-in shoes to really get the most out of that.
What are we looking at here? They were just showing what you brought in on the table. What are they?
These are just different samples of our orthotics. We have running orthotic. You know, every orthotic has a specific need and a specific shoe to use it for. So we manufacture those based on those needs.
Now, Debbie, you're a client, a patient. Have you ever used orthotics before?
I have. I had been to a couple of doctors as well as Good Feet prior to discovering the Foot Mechanic.
So in your opinion, if you've been to other doctors, what sets them apart?
Well, first of all, their orthotic actually works. Definitely felt a difference when using it. Their approach, their evaluation was extremely medically based and very professional. And it addressed my feet and my needs specifically. And I was able to get orthotics, as you saw, anything from flip-flops, dress shoes, to my running shoes.
So you look pretty athletic. You take care of yourself, obviously.
I do.
So what type of injuries did they help you overcome?
Well, I battled with everything from shin splints to plantar fasciitis, had a lot of knee pain, little bit of back pain.
And this has really made a difference for you.
Absolutely has made a difference for me.
Shin splints, I mean, obviously you run a lot if you have shin splints, so this helps you.
Yes.
Very nice. And what age and patients? Obviously she takes care of herself, but what other kind of patients do you serve? It's not just people who run or are very athletic.
Right. Well, we're medically based, so we get a lot of doctors and physician referrals. But we have 6-year-old patients that have specific needs, all the way up to the 90-year-old person in Colorado that's still out there walking or even jogging at this time.
And you obviously take care of athletes here in our community, some pretty well-known athletes.
Yes, we do. We are the exclusive providers for the Denver Nuggets, and we also provide the orthotics for the CU athletic programs, the University of Denver, CSU. So we're
excellent. You mentioned a 6-year-old. As a mom, how should we be, or what should we be aware of that it could be our child's feet? Are they complaining? Obviously, their feet hurt, but their back, their spine, their head? What?
Yeah, anything that is strange that persists over time is when you have a concern. And you can come in and get an evaluation from us. That doesn't mean we're going to make you an orthotic. We're going to tell you whether we think we can help your child or whoever you bring in. And if we can, we're going to tell you we can. If we can't, we'll provide you with some specific stretches or something like that.
Okay.
And maybe you don't need an orthotic.
Great website, too. It's thefootmechanic.com, thefootmechanic.com, 303-807-3974. Now, majority of the time, I'm in high heels because my work. Do you make orthotics for women who wear high heels? Can you do that?
We do. Yep. And because our lab is local, we can take the shoe into the lab, and the lab can really make it specific. So.
And that's good news, really, because I swear we suffer for style, don't we?
Absolutely.
I mean, do you think we really want to be in these all day long? I don't know. What would you tell other people, Debbie, if they're thinking about going to see the foot mechanic? What would you say?
I would absolutely encourage them to go. Not only do they have a great product, but they're way more cost effective than anyone else I had tried in the past. And like I said earlier, their product absolutely works and helps you get back to doing those things you love without the pain and discomfort of the injuries.
Good news. Thank you very much for sharing your story, and thanks for coming on, Chan.
Thank you.
Okay, well, the Foot Mechanic provides all of the orthotics for the University of Colorado, Colorado State University, and the University Denver programs. The Foot Mechanic is also the exclusive orthotic provider for the Denver Nuggets. The Foot Mechanic will perform an hour-long evaluation of your feet to really determine what your orthotic needs might be. The staff at the Foot Mechanic, well, they're all licensed physical therapists, and they guarantee each and every orthotic they create. So let your feet do all the walking again. Call today to schedule your personal evaluation. The number, 303-807-3974. That's 303-807-3974. You can also go to their website, which is thefootmechanic.com.